So more on transformations, and we've seen these before, but I'm going to show you what it looks like when we do the logarithmic functions. Okay, so if you have a vertical transformation, you'd have f of x equals, you'd have log base b of x plus some constant, okay? Now that would be a vertical shift up. Notice that I kind of put the c over to the right. It is not part of the argument, okay? And that's really important, and that's why I like the parentheses. Or if you had g of x equals log base b of x minus c, that would be a shift down. We're assuming c is greater than 0. Assume c is greater than 0. Okay. Those would be vertical shifts up and down then. So if we wanted to shift to the right, it would look like log base b, and then it would be x minus c in parentheses like that. It would be part of the argument, part of what you're taking the logarithm of. That would be a shift to the right. And then if you had g of x equals log base b of x plus c, again, it's inside the parentheses, it's in the argument, then that would be a shift to the left. Okay, reflections. Well, if you have f of x equaling the opposite of log base b of x, that is going to reflect about the x-axis. And if you have a function where it's log base b of the opposite of x, now sometimes that concerns students because they're like, oh, the argument can't be negative. True, so you'd have to use x values that were less than 0, but you could do that. And then that would reflect about the y-axis. If you think about it, if you're using negative values, right, then you're going to be on the other side of y. Okay, a vertical stretch or shrink. So if you have f of x equals some constant, log base b of x, then that is going to, if c is greater than 1, that is going to be a stretch, a vertical stretch. And I guess I didn't need to write it again. If c is between 1 and 0, then it's going to be a shrink, a vertical shrink. And then finally, if we have a horizontal stretch or shrink, it's going to be log base b, and then the c is going to be inside with the argument there. It's going to be part of the argument. All right, if c is greater than 1, it's going to be a shrink. And then if c is between 1 and 0, between 0 and 1, then it's going to be a stretch. Okay, so that's what we know about transformations. We've seen this type of pattern before, so hopefully that'll help.